Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I am going to make some chicken and broccoli, but with 3 special spices, with oregano, cumin, and cilantro. It was in my head in Spanish. Oregano, cilantro, and cumin, and it is a great combination. I have 3 pounds of chicken, and I have 3 tablespoons of butter. Remember, butter is going to be the best if it is just cream and salt or just cream. And I want to melt this butter and then mix it around with the chicken, and then I'm going to start adding some spices and then the broccoli. So this is a 1-pot dish. If you like 1-pot dish, put the number 1 or word 1 in the comments. I would love to know. I love 1-pot dishes. Most of my meals are 1-pot dishes. They're so much easier. They go faster, easy prep, easy cook, fast, and absolutely delicious. I'm actually a person who, growing up, I hated my food to touch. Like, I was very adamant that my food did not touch, and I would get very upset if it did. But as I grew up older and I tried foods from all over the world, hi, Tammy, hi. I said, Sammy, let me take this off because I'm afraid the white is going to get no longer white. So as I grew up and tried foods from all over the world, I realized that food touching could actually be really delicious. And I started to allow that to happen in my food and to enjoy food where food touched and prefer even, and then even started eating my food touching, like combining things in a bite. The only thing I remember like mixing on purpose was growing up as a Cumin in my household where my abuela would visit us a month at a time and like cook Cuban dishes, especially black beans and rice and picadillo. I remember mixing those 3 things into one bite, and it was so good and I loved it. So tell me where you're watching from. Like, share, heart this video. Save it so that you can find this recipe later. It is a super simple recipe, but it's also really delicious. And of the 3 recipes that were somewhat similar, this is the one that Soraya chose for tonight. So, I am still melting my butter with my chicken. And then once it's melted, I'm going to add a couple of things. Good evening, Mary. Hello. How are you? Tell me what you guys are eating for dinner. What's your protein? What's your veggies? What's your healthy fats? Our protein is chicken. Our veggie is broccoli. And our healthy fat is the butter. And that's it. It's a very minimal ingredient dish tonight, and real food, eating real food, super important. All right, it is almost completely mixed. I think it is melted and mixed. Oh, I see one little part. Okay, now that I have this, and as you see, I have to mix with 2 spoons. Hi, Dawn. Hello. I always have to have 2 spoons. I don't know. I cannot. It seems like really challenging to me to mix food around in a big pot with just 1 spoon. I feel really awkward and unable to mix it and unable to do it without it like going everywhere. So this is how I do it. Tell me if you use 1 or 2 spoons. Put 1. I already said 1. If you like 1-pot meals, put the word 1. If you tell me the number of spoons. 1 spoon, 2 spoons, or put like an emoji of spoons. How many spoons or spatulas you like to use. You had a chicken salad. Awesome, Mary. Great job. All right. Now I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of, actually, it's 1 tablespoon in total. So I'm just not going to use the whole tablespoon right now. I'm just going to add like a half of my tablespoon to my chicken of pink salt. And then I'm going to save the other half for when I add the broccoli. And I'm going to do that with each, so this is a half. I actually want to use this the same thing, but for each of my ingredients. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of cumin, and I'm going to use half of it first. I should have just used a half. I used almost all of it. Okay, I can't forget to put only a little, almost of that. And then a half a tablespoon first of oregano. Half a tablespoon, and then I'll use the other half a tablespoon after I add the broccoli. And then I'm going to put all of my cilantro at once. So I have 1/4 cup of cilantro chopped. If you don't have fresh cilantro, you can use dried, and you can use a tablespoon. actually 2 tablespoons if it's dried. 2 tablespoons, it's a 1/4 cup of fresh. So I want to get that all mixed in here. My cilantro, ooh, it already smells so good. Mixed in here. My cilantro, all my spices, I want to mix them around. And I want to get my chicken pretty well cooked. Not all the way, but pretty well cooked before I add my broccoli. Because I don't want to have it not get all the way cooked. So I want to ensure that that almost is there. All right, so has this beautiful green from the cilantro. Smells good. Look, 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 so good. And now, tell me, well, like, heart, share this video, save it so that you can find it later. And you could really use any type of protein. If you don't want to use chicken in this, you could use any type of protein in this, and it would be delicious still. I am going to add, in a moment, I'm going to add these other things. So, I talked last night, and I have posted once today, but we still have time to get on this call that we have tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's in an hour and a half, a little bit more than an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. And it is going to be all about this anti-resolution movement that we're starting. Which, you're like, what is that? That's weird. But, so, it's very normal for people to set New Year's resolutions and not keep them. That's actually 93% of people set New Year's resolutions, but don't keep them, don't complete them, and don't maintain whatever they've gained from what they do within that. And weight loss is a very common New Year's resolution goal. If you're on a weight loss journey, put me in the comments. I was on a weight loss journey. I'm on a little bit of want to even back out a little bit. And I have also maintained the majority of my weight loss for the last 7 years. So I'm one of those 7% who did what she said she would do, but also had success on the long term, on the maintenance space that most people lose and come back. I used to do that. A long time ago, I was that yo-yo dieter. I would lose 10 to 12 pounds every single year. Every summer, I'd get it back off before the summer, and then I would gain it all back. But in the last 9 years, since I've started drinking ketones, since I have shifted my eating, since I've added all these healthy habits, I have actually maintained that weight loss to the majority of it, minus 5 to 8 pounds. So, and minus maybe 1 pant size. But I dropped from a 12, size 12 to a 0. I think I'm more on the 2 to 4 right now. Which I'm good and comfortable with, and it's a positive space for me and a confident space. So there's keys to success in any journey of health journey, but there's also keys to success to weight loss, and we're going to be talking about those tonight. Not me, but our community is going to be talking about those tonight. Experts, doctors are going to be talking about that tonight, and you're going to hear some stories on this call. So if you want to be on this call and listen in, all you have to do is listen. You don't have to have your camera on. You don't have to talk. It's just to listen and learn. You're going to learn about these 3 keys to success that the 7% that I'm a part of did, things that I did as well, that make you successful and long-term successful, long-term sustainable results, lifetime sustainable results. It's really possible, and I'm a living proof of that, but there's so much research and science to back that. So if you would like that link to join us on that call tonight that starts in an hour and 40 minutes, put link in the comments and I will get you that link. It's going to be the first of our 8-week progress series that we're going to have, and this is the first one. And it is education. Is chock full of education from, like I said, a naturopath. I think I can't remember exactly which doctor is going to be on tonight, but there's going to be a doctor talking. There's going to be stories of people who've had amazing success in many different ways, 3 different people. I think 3. We'll see how many people, but it's going to be so powerful and educational. So If you would like to hop on that call and listen in, put the word link in the comments so that I can get that to you. I want anyone and everyone to be able to listen tonight. Okay, this is getting ready. So that you can be a part of this anti-resolution solution that's no more programs, it's just progress. No more programs, just progress. All right. Now I'm going to add 2 bags, so this is like 20 ounces of broccoli. Anywhere between 20 and 32 ounces is great. These bags happen to be 10-ounce bags, but if you have 16-ounce bags, that's fine. Or 12-ounce bags, that's fine. So I want to mix this in. I'm going to add my spice, the other half of my spices that I didn't add the halves of. And then it's just a matter of cooking this till all the broccoli is soft to your tenderness preference. And you don't have to use frozen broccoli. You can use fresh broccoli too. So I had a half of a tablespoon left of pink salt. I accidentally put my cumin all the way in, except for a little bit, so I'm going to not add as much of that. And then I have a half a tablespoon left of my oregano. And I already put all of the cilantro in. All right, so if you want the link to be on the call tonight, put link in the comments. And I would love to have you on and hear your takeaways and be a part of your journey towards healthy, sustainable weight loss and just in general, better health. This is just the beginning, and this is just one aspect of better health. I know that not everyone is on a weight loss journey, but I believe everyone is on some sort of health and wellness journey. I am, and I have experienced that weight loss, but I'm still on my own health journey that includes muscle and includes all the healthy habits that I always talk about. And so I am excited for the education tonight. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited for this anti-resolution movement that we are creating because it truly is. We have the solutions. And not only me, but lots and lots of people have experienced shifts that are long-term because of these keys that you're going to learn tonight. So, link in the comments if you want that. This recipe is done except for just sauteing, probably another 10 minutes, 13 minutes. And then you can add, of course, like me, if you know, if you know what I'm going to say I'm going to add to mine, tell me in the comments. Because if you know me, if you've been watching me at all, you will know what I'm adding to this, which is going to be, cayenne pepper. I will always add cayenne pepper to mine.
Everybody get it?
And, no one was fast enough to say it, but I also didn't want to let you just stand there and look at me and type. So if you know, now you know. If I ask you again, cayenne or spicy, put that in the comments. All right, have a wonderful night from my house to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye!